This one go out to my brothers and sisters back home in Cameroon. A few days ago, you guys had learned that Paul Biya will be the president again for 7 more years, even though he had been president for 43 years and he is 92 years of age. He doesn't care about retirement. Every election, he have rig and rig and rig. I can say I feel your pain, but I understand where you're coming from. Every election year, the election has been rigged in favor of Paul Biya. He doesn't want to give nobody a chance. No new idea, all his ideas. He have taken the presidency to become his own property. The country have so much young people trying to change, fight, but the same old guy, the same grandpa, always trying to beat down his idea on the young people. It's very unfortunate though. See the news. I saw this a couple of days ago. I was just like, man, I make countless videos about this guy. How they have to change him for Cameroon to be good. But year after year, election term after election term, he find a way to win. Like, come on. He is 92 years old. He ruled for 43 years. And somehow, he just won again. Paul Biya, the man who turned a nation democracy into his personal property. When you stay in power this long, it's no longer leadership. It is greed. And in Cameroon, the greed has stolen more than money. It has stolen time. It has stolen hope and the future of a generation. The youth of Cameroon, the real heartbeat of the nation, weren't even born when Paul Biya took office in 1982. Most of them have only known one leader, the face, the system, and that system was never built for them. It was built to keep him on top. It's very unfortunate. It's a very, very unfortunate news to hear from Cameroon.
Downtown Douala, a city holding its breath after a night of protest, waiting to learn the fate of Cameroon's 92-year-old president Paul Biya. On national television, the Constitutional Council declares Biya the winner, handing him an 8th term in office. Crowds surge onto the streets, not just in Douala, but in Garoua, Yaoundé, and Bamenda. They chant the name of opposition candidate Issa Chiroma Bakari. Young women, middle-aged men, for 2 generations, they've known no other leader. And they say Paul Biya is not the president they want.
Nobody want that. Nobody want Paul Biya to become the president. People are tired in Cameroon. They want something different. They want a different face. They don't want the same old guy to be president. It's just very much unfortunate. I saw that he won 54% of the vote, which is laughable. There's no way he become power. He being in power that long. You won 54% of the vote. There's no way. And somehow they took this from the hands of normal citizen and carried this to the court. So the court should select who the leader is. Somehow they couldn't come up with a vote just out of the court. They couldn't figure the vote out of the court. They had to drag this into the court. And you know, Paul Biya for 43 years, he have stacked the court. He have stacked the whole court system to favor him. So anything going to that court gonna be in the good side of Paul Biya. I don't know why they couldn't settle this out of the court. This is an educated guess that Paul Biya dragged this stuff to the court because he wants to stay in power again because the presidency is his own property.
The Cameroonian people, the youth of Cameroon, are demanding their victory by majority vote. We all know that Cameroon, the people, voted overwhelmingly for Issa Chiroma.
I don't understand why someone would take power and treat it as if it belonged to their family. Cameroon is not a kingdom, it is a country, a blessed, beautiful country, respected by all. We must preserve its image, whatever the cost.
At home in the northern town of Garoua, Chiroma has refused to concede defeat. He maintains he's the rightful president and has urged his supporters to stay calm, to pray, not to fight.
We need to mobilize and assemble in numbers. They will not dare to shoot.
But his call for change is met with gunfire. Several people are killed, dozens wounded. Security forces flood the streets. Not only police, but soldiers from the Rapid Intervention Brigade, reportedly trained and commanded by Israeli mercenaries. Rights groups accuse the elite force of torture, forced disappearances.
Wait, Israelis mercenaries? Why? Hello everybody, this is just a quick break. If you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. If you indulge yourself in this form of content about self-reliance and the empowerment of Africa as a whole, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep this going. Your comment, your viewership, and your subscription all very matters. Now, let's get back to the video. Why young people fight to survive, the old guards feats. Why the street cries for job and justice. The palace aglow with silence. And every election feel like deja vu. The same man, the same promises, the same chain. Biya doesn't run a country, he manages a kingdom. A kingdom of fear, loyalty, and silence. But there's the truth. The power always forget. Greed never wins forever. History have to have a way of shaking even the tallest throne. When people have nothing to lose, they rise. From the street of Yaoundé to the town of Bamenda, one speak of courage can fight a fire on the theater can stop.
Biya has gone from one of Africa's youngest president in 1982 to one of its oldest in 2025, thanks, in part, to Israeli support.
Cameroon does receive significant security and intelligence support from Israel. And for this reason, it is not as vocal when it comes to participation on the conversations we've had about Gaza.
Paul Biya have the Israeli government in his pocket. So whatever happened in the country, you can just call Israel's president to get some help. And then things can be in order in the country. He got all these consciences in his pocket that he can just call for help, just to stay in power. Somehow, he will stay in power every election. It's just unfortunate for the brothers and sisters back in Cameroon. You just have to deal with this for another 7 years. And then, who knows again? It might get break again, for maybe he might run again when he's like 100. And then maybe his son or his family member might run again to take in his place. He is taking this like a throne. He's taking this like his place. He's taking the presidency like he owned it. And the people are frustrated. Those are not for Cameroon are frustrated. Africa is frustrated. A man cannot just be winning over and over and over and over and over again. It's very unfortunate. Let me see something. Is Cameroon part of ECOWAS? Because if he's part of ECOWAS, why are ECOWAS not doing nothing about this? I mean, somebody cannot just be in power for so long and do nothing, right? Let's see. Cameroon is not part of ECOWAS. Or else they could have intervened, because this is not democracy. Cameroon is not part of ECOWAS. It's just an independent country that's not part of a certain region in West Africa. So I have talked about this over and over again. My heart go out to you, those in Cameroon. You know, we just have to pray, and we just have to make sure that somehow that whole election commission take the side of the people, not just the side of who in power. I'll talk about this in prior videos about Paul Biya and how he's trying to stay in power for the next 7 years. And my heart go out to you, those who live in Cameroon, citizens of Cameroon. I'm not sure how this will play out in terms of the court. And I'm not sure how this will play out in terms of people, protesting and rebuking Paul Biya and wanting somebody different. I don't know how it will go down, but I guarantee that Paul Biya is going to stay in power. I don't care what the opposition is. You're gonna fight to stay in power. If you have to bring external military into the country to fight to get some peace, you will do that because you want to be in power. Somehow, we just have to fight. Make this next 7 years a rejection years. That we don't want you. We don't want anything to deal with you. We want to be left alone. You are the past to this country. We don't want you in our future. I know you gotta keep doing this every day and keep doing this every year, every election cycle. But somehow, he keep winning. Those that in the court, I don't know, they don't have common sense to say, you know what, maybe our country need a different direction. Maybe for 43 years, you have to stay in power. I mean, what kind of democracy this is? I hope those that have the power to fight Paul Biya in that country actually grow some kind of spine that will help fight this guy and free this country from his grip. I hope the brothers and sisters keep fighting. You can't just give up now. You have to fight. Fight in peace, of course. We have to fight for democracy to get the country back. I'm praying for you guys. It's very unfortunate. I know people in Cameroon that talk about this all the time. Man, we need somebody different. Anybody but Paul Biya. And unfortunate, 7 more years of this guy. He has taken the presidency to be his own property. I just want him to know that you can silence the people for a season, but not forever. Because one day the power built on fear will crumble under the weight of truth. And when it does, Cameroon will rise. Not behind your president, but behind a people who finally remember their power. I'm James Kofa, and this is the Kofa File. If you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep this going. And let's pray for our brothers in Cameroon. This is one of the saddest days. Our election result was the bad result. Nobody want to hear that result. Just more people want it. But those in Africa will stand with you. Those from Nigeria, Liberia, Benin, Sierra Leone, All these consciences will stand by you. Hopefully this chapter can be gone. Thank you.